I'm walking in the forest. Yes. Yes, period. Giving you face. Yes. Yes. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Kiana. This is Kiana's Creations. And in today's video, I'm at the lake. You know, a little lake vibe. The lake is behind me. I did this painting a couple months ago, and I wanted to do a voiceover of it, but I voice over the painting time lapse I did, but I didn't really know what to talk about. Didn't have anything that I really wanted to talk about, so I got inspired, I got experiences, and now I'm gonna tell a story time. I'm gonna get a little disclaimer in the front. I didn't almost get arrested. I almost got a ticket, but like, I'm very dramatic, melodramatic actually, and anytime that like I'm in trouble, or I feel like I'm in a situation where I'm putting myself in trouble or anything, like I go to the extreme. So I almost got like a ticket, but I didn't get a ticket. But yeah, that's the story that I'm gonna be telling today. So I'm gonna let these kind people walk past, and then I'll get into the story. Let me first start off by saying that I come from a part of the US that isn't heavily focused on public transportation. So where I come from, like, the public transportation is very poor, or poorly like operated. Okay, so we have buses, like we have a bus system, but it doesn't go everywhere in town. The places are far in between. Like, no one really uses the bus system unless you absolutely have to. I never rode on like the public transportation from where I'm from, and that's kind of how it is like all around the area where I live. So the only times where I have experiences with public transportation, like relying on public transportation, was when I'm traveling or when I'm living in like a new place. So that is my experience with public transportation, which is kind of limited, but like I can get places, you know. I get lost sometimes. Okay, I'm not gonna say that I don't get lost. I do get lost sometimes. So let me talk a little bit about Copenhagen's public transportation. So they're a huge biking community. So everyone and their mama has a bike there. Everyone bikes, but also their public transportation system is also good. So it's actually like really good. It was like one of the best that I've seen. With Copenhagen, they you can either bike, you could use the metro, or you could also use just the buses. So they have quite a few like different options. I didn't want to bike there because there's biking rules, okay, and their biking rules are also different than the biking rules in the US, and I don't even bike in the US, you know. So a bug was on me. No, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Anyways, I'm gonna speed this up because I feel like I haven't even got to the story yet. Okay, so there was a spider. We're gonna let spider be over there and me be over here. There's a child crying. Girl, I'm all over the place. Let me calm down. Let me center myself. Ooh, look at the duck. Anyways, yes, so you could use the metro, you can use bus, or you can bike. The study abroad program that I was doing offered either a bike or what they call a commuter card. So that would give you access, or it gave me access to both the buses and the metro. but I decided to, and also because like COVID and stuff, they also allowed us to do both, like the bike and the metro and the commuter card, but I just decided to only use the commuter card because I didn't want to bike there. Anyways, I started to get comfortable in Copenhagen, okay? So I started to get familiar with the area that I was in. So I was like, let me venture out of the area, you know? Let me see what's over here, see what's over there, you know? Let me see what's beyond the space I'm in. And so I needed to use my the metro for this. So here's the thing. With Copenhagen, the way the commuter, sorry, my glasses and like everything is bothering me, but anyways, with the commuter card, you had to buy different zones for where you can travel within. So I bought 2 different zones, and I don't know, I think there's like 3 or 4 zones or something like that. I don't know, something like that, but there's multiple zones, okay? And you can buy whichever zones you need to travel within. But the thing was, I wasn't familiar with like the cities and like the bound, like the state or city lines and stuff. So, and the zones are like very specific. So whenever you're going the metro, there's not like a sign that tells you which zone you're in or anything like that. I guess it's like you're just supposed to know, you know? So this particular store was in a zone that I did not have, I did not purchase a ticket for. So I just assumed, because it wasn't so far away, it was like maybe like 5 miles or so away, so I just assumed that I was still within my zone. So the issue was that I didn't buy this particular zone to go to this grocery store, and I didn't know that it was in a different zone because I thought like it was pretty close to the 2 zones that I bought, so I didn't really know like the city lines and all of that. And it also didn't tell you on the transportation which zones is which. So that was kind of like knowledge that I needed to learn to, you know, in order to like correctly use the transportation system. And I began to learn it, you know, after this experience. But so the way the public transportation system there works is that it's kind of like I wouldn't say like a trust base, but kind of like trust based, because like you can literally, anyone can walk in, anyone can get on the metro. You don't necessarily, like, you need to have like tickets and stuff to get on, or a commuter card, or like some sort of like, you know, you need to pay for like a ticket to use the public transportation system. But there's like no like police or like security around like checking and stuff. Normally they're just random. Sometimes a security person will come and check, and then other times it's just trust based at that point. So I was like, it's okay. I didn't think that I needed to check the zones, because I was like no one really comes on the trains all that often, because at that point I only saw like 1 security person come and check everyone's tickets and stuff. So I was like, I'll be fine even if it's out of the zone. And I ended up being fine, but it got a bit scary, okay? So I got there just fine, no problem. Got my groceries. The ride was nice. I saw some nice scenery that I haven't saw before. But whenever I came back on the train, there was a security guard there, and I was like, it's fine, even if I don't have the zone ticket. I was like, even if I don't have the zone ticket, he'll understand that I'm new here. I'm an American, obviously, and I don't know the city lines and stuff. I was like, even if I like get asked why I don't have the ticket or anything, I was like, I could just buy the ticket or when they asked me, because I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. But I guess it was. So I ended up So he was at the other end of the bus, I was at the front of the bus. I was gonna buy a ticket in the meantime, but I was honestly thinking it was fine. So he's like walking, checking everyone's cards and stuff, and I have a commuter card. So like the commuter cards are like the most expensive like cards you can get for the transportation. So it wasn't like I didn't buy it because I have a lack of money, or like the tickets were like provided for me, so like it wasn't like I needed to pay for the tickets or anything. So I was really just like chilling. I was like, oh, it's fine, I could just invoice the school and about this ticket, this train ticket, and I was like, it'll be fine. But he ended up walking up, and so I was like, I didn't think I really needed to buy a ticket. I didn't think I was outside the city limits anyways, but I was kind of panicky just because I was like, oh, he's checking, let me make sure I'm actually within the city lines. And then he comes up, he checks my commuter card, and I'll have like two different zones, but I don't have the zone that the area I was in. So he was like, you don't have the ticket, blah blah blah, and he was asking if I had a green card or something, I think, and I think that might be like their ID. But I was like, no, I'm an American. I have my American ID though, my American driver's license. He like took down my like information, and at that point I was freaking out. I was like, you know, I was like, I didn't know it was this serious, you know. So he was writing down my information and stuff, and like I was one, confused a little bit, but two, I was like playing like I was hella confused, and I was like, you know, I was like trying to get out of getting the ticket because I didn't, like, I was so afraid because I never, like, I don't like being in trouble, okay? So I was just like, and like I guess he saw that I was really confused and stuff, and so he decided to like not write the ticket, and he was just like, so where are you going? And I was like, I'm going back to and I gave the what is it called, the train station where I'm gonna get off at. And he was like, okay, so when you get there, just let them know that you talked to and he gave me his like badge number. Just let him know. And he was like, just let them know that you talked to his number and his badge number. And I was like, okay, and tell them to, like, basically telling them not to like write me a ticket and all that stuff. And I think the ticket was like up to 1,000 kroner, which is around 100-ish American dollars, I think. So yeah, he was just like, tell them not to write a ticket and stuff. But like in my panic, I gave the wrong station that I was gonna get off anyways, so that made me even more nervous because I was like, damn, it's gonna look like I lied to this man and he was trying to help me get out of getting a ticket. But I was like, ugh. So like I ended up getting off like 2 stops before the stop that I told him. So I don't know what would have happened if I got off at the other stop, but I got off at that stop and everything was fine. Like, but I was so panicky. Like, every time I was walking, when I was walking back to the to my apartment, I was just so panicky. I was like, oh my gosh, what if they like send someone to find me or just give me a ticket or something. I was supposed to get off on this one, blah blah blah. But I think it was honestly fine. I think I was freaking out for no reason because everything was fine. Everything turned out fine. I used the metro several times after that. But yeah, I was very cautious about using the metro because that was a close call to get a ticket, and I know it was only gonna be like $100-ish, but I didn't want to pay that. Like, I didn't want to get in trouble. Like I didn't want to get fined and stuff. So yeah, I almost got a ticket. I felt like I was gonna get arrested or apprehended or something, but honestly it was fine. And yeah, after that I started using the bus a lot more because the bus is a lot more like, I never see like security on the bus or anything. Like, I don't know what they're called, like transportation security. Like, I never see them on the bus except for this one time, which I actually might do a little side story about sometime. But that was like a crazy experience. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, thank you for watching the story time. Yeah, make sure you know the public transportation and what you have to do and what you need to do, because you don't want to end up in a situation where you're confused and almost get a ticket out of your confusion and stuff. So like, you know, just make sure you're straight with like going to different countries and their public transportation rules and stuff. So yeah, everything turned out fine though, so you live and you learn. But I hope you enjoyed this chat in paint. So yeah, I'm gonna go, so peace out. Is that necessary? I got a message. But anyways, okay, so I think I'm gonna start. Sorry, I keep looking around because there's so much happening. Like, there's birds in the back. Oh, look at a little ducky duck. Look at the little ducky duck in the back. There's so much going on.